each other is at the time. So I wonder if Jimdaman is thinking a very early sort of pool play, since he picked a map where he is going to know where his opponent was. He did?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, you can go ahead and do the introductions. I'm sorry.
Okay, alright, so spawning down here in the bottom left, we have our pink Zerg, who is Jimdaman. He's currently down 1 game to our 2-week reigning champion, Listal, from Team NrG, our purple Zerg. And if you were just joining us, I am Pyronia, and with me is my co-caster Phegan. We're both at NrG.Listal, so you can come and touch base with us over there. And our hosts for the evening are Zeke.com, Z33K.com. You can check them out over at Zeke.com or follow them on Twitter at Zeke Gaming. You can also follow myself on Twitter. I am Pyronia, and my co-caster Phegan, PHDGAN. And yeah, as far as the map goes, so, you know, this is the natural, obviously. And then the most typical third, especially for Zerg, is this top one down here. And then later, sometimes you'll see the little sort of mini expansion, which has fewer mineral patches and just the one extractor, or the Vespene geyser there.
It is the rich Vespene geyser, though. At least in this version of the map, it is the rich. So, it seems like we do have a pool. It is not... What pool? That might have been an 8 pool. Maybe a 10 pool. That is still a fairly early pool. What I was pointing out before the introductions is, last game, Jimdaman tried to do a very early pool, but he didn't get super aggressive right away because he had to find his opponent. On this map, he doesn't need to find his opponent. So there's a good chance that he is going to go ahead and get hyper-aggressive right with these lings as they pop. He is getting enough gas to produce speed. So we will see what he goes with. Listal is going to see that pool is already in place. We will see how he does react to that. I assume he's not going to drop his hatch at the same time last time, only because he's going to have to deal with any sort of the attack that forced him to cancel his hatch last game.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to say because I was expecting to see some pretty early pressure from Jimdaman last time. However, it looks like we're seeing a really similar thing.
Yeah.
So basically, he got enough gas to get his 100, but he's not building lings right off the bat. Instead, the first lings are still coming from Listal despite the later pool. So we're seeing an identical setup so far compared as to last game, with Listal actually having the first lings out.
Listal is dropping a super early Roach Warren. We talked about it in the first game with Ness T doing it. So it looks like Listal is going to take a page out of that book and get ton of well, maybe not a ton, get some roaches early, and then either do some aggression or use them for defense. I really like this.
That's a good idea. You know, last game he went the Baneling route instead, you know, which was effective, but I think to sort of mix it up would be a good idea, and we're seeing a lot more Zerglings come up for Jimdaman, but if we've got roaches, you know, it'll allow Listal to maybe go into a little bit more macro if you want.
What I really like that Listal is doing is he has his 4 Zerglings and had his queen right at that ramp, so that he's able to block the ramp, and Jimdaman isn't going to be able to get in to even see that Roach Warren and prep for it. We do have a whole bunch of Zerglings coming